Did you know that 85% of job success comes from your ability to manage yourself and others, not your technical skills? It's true. Yet, many leaders focus only on the how-to of their jobs, ignoring the personal habits that truly set them apart. Here's the secret. Success in leadership isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter by developing the right habits. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 simple self-improvement principles that will transform the way you lead. These principles are easy to implement and don't require a lot of time. But don't let their simplicity fool you. They have the power to make you a more effective and inspiring leader. Whether you're leading a team or looking to improve yourself, these principles will help you connect better with others, make smarter decisions, and create lasting impact. Ready to learn the secrets that most leaders overlook? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Power of Pause. Mastering the art of reflection. Reflection is a powerful tool for any leader, and it's something many overlook. In a world obsessed with quick decisions and speed, taking a moment to pause and think can set you apart. Leaders who practice reflection tend to make more thoughtful and strategic choices. According to a study by the Harvard Business Review, leaders who take time to reflect are more effective at problem solving. When you pause, you're allowing your brain to make deeper connections that you might miss in the rush of action. Take a moment each day to review your actions. It doesn't have to be long, just 5 to 10 minutes. Think about what went well and what could be improved. This reflection period can help clarify what your next steps should be. One famous leader who did this regularly was Bill Gates. He would take an entire week off each year to reflect, think, and plan. This habit of pausing helped him steer Microsoft through turbulent times. The key to reflection is not just thinking, but asking the right questions. Instead of just asking, "What went wrong?" ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" Leaders who focus on growth rather than defeat develop a mindset that embraces challenges. You don't need to take big breaks like Gates. You can start with shorter daily moments of reflection, like journaling or meditating. Another way to improve reflection is by actively seeking feedback. Listening to others' thoughts can provide new insights and perspectives. Leaders who surround themselves with diverse viewpoints are often the most successful. As leadership expert John C. Maxwell says, leaders who don't listen will eventually be surrounded by people who have nothing to say. So, next time you're faced with a decision, take a pause. Reflect, listen, and grow. Your leadership will improve just by practicing this simple principle regularly. Chapter 2. Lead by listening. The secret weapon of every great leader. Listening is more than just hearing words, it's about understanding. Effective leaders spend time listening to their teams rather than talking all the time. A study by the Center for Creative Leadership found that 80% of employees feel more motivated when their leaders listen to them. That's a huge impact on productivity. When you listen, you build trust and respect. Leaders who listen carefully to their teams create a safe space for collaboration. A famous quote by Stephen Covey says, "Most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply." Active listening is a game changer for building strong relationships. Take the time to ask questions and really listen to what people have to say. Don't rush to give advice or jump to conclusions. Instead, listen and let the conversation flow. Steve Jobs was known for his ability to listen closely to his team and customers. He didn't always have the answers, but by listening carefully, he could see trends and opportunities others missed. Good listening also involves nonverbal cues. You show you're paying attention by making eye contact and nodding in agreement. It might seem simple, but these small gestures create a huge impact. Studies have shown that people are 30% more likely to engage when they feel heard. Listening doesn't just build trust, it also builds relationships. And relationships are the foundation of good leadership. A study by Gallup found that employees who feel heard are more engaged and committed to their work. To be a better listener, practice empathy. Try to understand things from the other person's perspective. Great leaders aren't just focused on their own success, they care about the success of others. When you listen deeply, you're not just hearing words, you're building a connection that encourages collaboration and respect. Chapter 3. The 5-minute rule. Tiny habits, monumental growth. Small actions can lead to big results. This is the core idea behind the 5-minute rule. The concept is simple. Spend just 5 minutes a day on something that improves your leadership. This tiny habit doesn't take much time but can add up to monumental growth. It could be reading a chapter from a leadership book, brainstorming new ideas, or reflecting on your day. Research by the American Psychological Association has shown that small, consistent habits are more effective than occasional bursts of effort. This principle is why great leaders often seem to have time for everything. They've built daily habits that work for them. The 5-minute rule is about consistency, not intensity. A quick 5-minute read each day means you've read 30 books in a year. Similarly, spending 5 minutes on your leadership skills every day compounds over time. These small improvements become second nature. The best part? This principle is achievable for anyone. We often feel like we don't have time to improve ourselves, but 5 minutes is something anyone can find in their day. Even the busiest leaders, like Tim Cook of Apple, dedicate small blocks of time to personal growth. But it's not just about learning new skills. It's also about developing self-discipline. When you make time for self-improvement, you're showing yourself that you're committed to growing. That commitment is what sets successful leaders apart. What happens when you stick to this habit? You grow more capable, more confident, and more skilled. Each small step leads to bigger breakthroughs. Eventually, these 5-minute habits will shape who you are as a leader and make you more effective in your role. So, whether it's reading, reflecting, or planning, make those 5 minutes count. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. It's not about how much time you spend, it's about what you do with it. If you're finding these principles helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on becoming a better leader every day. Chapter 4. Embrace the mess. Why failure is your best teacher. Failure is often seen as something to avoid, but for great leaders, it's a valuable lesson. It's easy to be afraid of making mistakes, but the truth is, failure is an essential part of success. Research by the University of Phoenix found that 90% of successful entrepreneurs have experienced multiple failures before achieving their goals. Rather than avoiding failure, you should embrace it as an opportunity to learn and grow. When you fail, take a step back and ask yourself what went wrong. Reflect on how you can do better next time. This mindset shift is what separates successful leaders from those who give up. A famous quote by Thomas Edison puts this perfectly: "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This attitude is key for anyone in leadership. Failing teaches you resilience. Each time you get back up, you build a stronger foundation for future success. In fact, a study by Gallup found that leaders who experience setbacks and bounce back quickly are often the most respected by their teams. This resilience shows your team that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to greater things. Another key reason failure is important is that it encourages innovation. When you try new things, you're bound to make mistakes. But those mistakes lead to new ideas and better strategies. In the world of business, companies that embrace failure tend to be more innovative. For example, companies like Apple and Google regularly test new ideas, knowing that not every one of them will succeed. But that's how they continue to push boundaries. Failure also fosters humility. A leader who has faced and overcome failure is more empathetic and understanding toward their team. This humility builds trust, making it easier to motivate others. People want to follow leaders who have been there and know the struggles of failure. Instead of fearing failure, start viewing it as a teacher. With the right mindset, every mistake becomes a lesson in disguise. So next time you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this failure to become a better leader? Chapter 5. The Ripple Effect. How small acts of kindness lead to big impact. Leadership isn't just about strategy and vision. It's also about showing kindness and care for those around you. Small acts of kindness can create a ripple effect, spreading positivity throughout your team. According to a study from the University of Oxford, acts of kindness in the workplace lead to a 13% increase in productivity. It turns out that being kind isn't just good for relationships, it's good for business. When you show kindness, you build trust. Trust is the foundation of any successful leadership relationship. People are more likely to follow a leader who genuinely cares about them. This kind of leader creates a team that feels valued and motivated. Kindness doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as listening, offering encouragement, or saying thank you. A sincere compliment can change someone's day. According to leadership expert Simon Sinek, leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. This principle reflects the power of kindness in leadership. Leaders who show kindness also set a positive tone for their team. When a leader is kind, the entire team tends to adopt that same attitude. It creates a culture where collaboration and support are the norms. In fact, a study by the Harvard Business Review found that teams with supportive leaders are more innovative and perform better. Another surprising benefit of kindness is that it can reduce stress. Research from the University of California, Berkeley shows that practicing kindness lowers cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress. When you lead with kindness, you create a less stressful and more productive environment. Kindness also helps leaders develop emotional intelligence. The more you practice empathy and understanding, the better you can connect with others. This emotional intelligence is critical for resolving conflicts, motivating teams, and building strong relationships. To create a lasting impact, focus on kindness every day. Make it a habit to show appreciation, offer support, and be there for your team. Your kindness will not only strengthen your leadership but also inspire others to do the same. Chapter 6. The Power of Purpose. Leading with vision beyond the horizon. Great leaders have a clear sense of purpose. They don't just focus on the day-to-day tasks, they keep their eyes on the bigger picture. This vision allows them to make decisions with long-term goals in mind. According to a study by McKinsey & Company, companies with a strong sense of purpose outperform their competitors by 42%. Purpose-driven leadership leads to better results, both personally and professionally. A clear vision provides direction. It helps you stay focused and make decisions that align with your goals. It's easy to get caught up in the immediate needs of the day, but a strong leader doesn't lose sight of where they're headed. As visionary leader, Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." Leading with purpose also inspires others. When your team sees you working toward a meaningful goal, they are more likely to follow your lead. People want to be part of something bigger than themselves, and a purposeful leader can provide that sense of mission. It's why leaders like Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King Jr. were able to mobilize millions. They led with a clear purpose. To lead with purpose, you first need to understand your why. Why do you do what you do? What drives you? Once you have this clarity, your leadership becomes more authentic. People are drawn to leaders who are passionate and committed to a cause. Another important part of purpose-driven leadership is being adaptable. While your vision remains steady, the path to that vision may change. A leader with purpose knows when to pivot and adjust their strategies. Flexibility, paired with a strong sense of purpose, is the key to overcoming challenges. Purpose also fuels motivation. A study by the Greater Good Science Center found that people who feel their work is meaningful are more motivated and productive. When you lead with purpose, you not only inspire others but also keep yourself driven and focused. As you move forward, keep your purpose at the forefront. This guiding principle will help you stay grounded and confident in your leadership decisions. A purposeful leader creates a legacy that lasts far beyond their tenure. So, look beyond the immediate and focus on building something that matters. Your vision will inspire others to follow.